over the world through malevolent scheming. We want to orchestrate a world genocide through non-corporeal means of empowerment of mankind.
Yeah,
Just
whatever
kidding, guys. Yeah,
whatever he just said.
yeah. Just kidding, guys.
Um, wait, hold on. This is on my channel and your channel, right?
This is just on your channel, I think. I think it's not on
Yeah,
mine.
I think so. It doesn't share. I thought it did share that, but anyways, um, sorry everyone for our last live 2-minute live. I'd never done this before, but Facebook offers us to do this. But anyways, we have Demetrius here, and we're going to just talk some shit and wait for people to get on here, and then we're gonna do some work with Lilith, right?
Yeah.
Oh
So,
yeah. So how have you been, anyways?
how have I been? So, can we just answer two questions we have from people, and then, like, I
What?
will say?
I don't think we have any questions.
We have like two guys, so we need to greet them. Christopher Mehigan, greetings, bro, and Edward Tomizevsky, bro. We have 5 viewers, so guys, you should ask some questions, we will answer them. And please click the like button to sacrifice to the gods of the algorithm because we need more viewers. You know, if we have 20 viewers, we will like do some crazy shit at the end. You know, we will call additional spirit or something. I am not sure yet, but more people come to watch us, the stronger will this be, and more we will do, and I will answer all of the questions. So you are asking me, Eldoria, where I have been. I have pretty much heavily been investigating and working for the last 2 years left hand path tantric Hinduism. Not the new age version of it, but the actual thing. And I was in contact with some actual guys from India. I paid them a lot of money, like $1,500 or something over those 3 years, and they actually gave me legit information. And what I discovered is kind of interesting. I also put Lilith into all of this, and I will kind of explain how Lilith falls into all of this. So essentially, Hinduism is set up in such a way that every spirit can become a part of the pantheon. Uh, every feminine entity is a manifestation of Shakti and Devi, and every masculine entity is manifestation of either Brahma, Vishnu, or Shiva. So you can incorporate every single spirit from every single pantheon, and you can put it on the map. Lilith obviously corresponds to Shakti in this case, and he is an aspect of Shakti and manifestation of Shakti. And in this sense, she can teach you how to merge with the all through the dark energy. And
Mm-hmm.
this is what I have been doing for the last year and a half with Lilith, Kali, and other spirits. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah. So what you have been doing, Eldoria, by the way?
Oh, nothing really. um, um, yeah. So I for the last from when do you want to know what I've been doing recently? Right now, I'm working with Lilith. She came back about a week ago, and I'm actually feeling the effects of her really bad today. I have suffered lots of headaches all day. I had to go to the walking clinic because something happened. I'm feeling sick again. Her energies are definitely inside me right now. But yeah, before that, I was working with Enki just to bring a little bit of order and balance in my life, which it did. But a lot of things actually happened in my mundane life. A lot of tests, a lot of trickier tests, a lot of things that were revealed to me more about who I am, what I'm doing here, certain gifts and powers that I have. Um, so right now I am just uh, working again with Lilith, a different type of path working. Not sure exactly where it's going to go, where it's going to lead, because they usually, I don't know, so that's what I'm doing right now is that. Yeah.
And so regarding Lilith, what I kind of discovered is that if we see her only as a night demon, it's like almost. I mean, she's a night demon on sexuality, but she is much more than that. And The thing about Lilith is she is a dark version or dark manifestation of wisdom itself, of knowledge itself. And this is how she should be approached. So the point of all of those controversial transgressive rituals, as perverted as they are in the eyes of the society, is to obtain knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
So, when you are offering to Lilith something, you are offering it to Lilith and you are letting Lilith to devour that energy in order for you to obtain knowledge and spiritual understanding of the world. And what I also figured out through studying kind of Hindu aspect of things, tantric side of things, is that you are allowed, for example, to offer your sexual energy, for example, to the spirits, but it is done in a really organized setting. For example, you save up energy for 4 months and then you release it, or you are allowed to drink alcohol or something like that. Become addicted to use those tools as a means of elevating consciousness. And this is really something which is lost in translation in the Western observation of those practices. Because if you are fucking around with every single person, it doesn't matter which gender you are and you get sexually transmitted disease, trust me, you are not spiritually evolving. You simply got yourself an STD and you are trying to justify it. And
Uh-huh.
that's kind of something which was really difficult for me to swallow because I justified certain addictions I developed, certain really serious addictions. I justified those addictions with Lilith, like Lilith makes me do it, or I am destroying my own body and my own hormones and my own energy because I want to spiritually evolve and shit like that. It was really difficult for me to accept that I was simply destroying myself and it had nothing to do with my spiritual development. Quite to the contrary, it led me
Yeah.
into a really dark place where I was actually unable to do any rituals because I was so addicted to my passions, which I justified with my spirituality, that I became magically powerless, physically powerless, and mentally obliterated. And I needed a lot of time to actually recompose. And that is the reason for a hiatus I had for about 4 or 5 months when you see no content from me, no word from me. I was like that person is because I pretty much went on a really high ego trip on which I justified every single bullshit I ever did. And I said spirits made me do it until it didn't work anymore. And so, what I want to say more than anything today, before we start the ritual, is that, discipline is really important on this path.
Mm-hmm.
The substances we use, the spirits we call, the energy we release, that is simply a means to an end, which is understanding the ultimate reality. You actually
Mm-hmm.
need to be extremely disciplined to walk this path. You need to be physically fit, physically healthy, eat extremely healthy, be mentally healthy in order to even consider seriously working with those entities, because if you don't, and if you try to justify your bullshit with your spiritual practices, what will happen is you will pretty quickly end in a really difficult place for you. And
I agree. Yep. I've seen it happen to a lot of magicians out here, Um and that's where the balance comes from, and the discipline comes, like being disciplined. Like I took 4 months off, I guess you could say, with demons. Like I just wanted to. I need, even like you were calling me, where are you? It's like I just want to be alone and evaluate, reconnect, and only go to the gym. Like I go to the gym every other day. I am eating well. I'm trying to focus on my physical body, you know what I mean? And just really, and I realized if I don't overthink about it, like, how a lot of times people get, oh, I got to do this and I got to do that. And oh man, I got to do this and I got to stop doing that. Or I'm doing too much of this. Instead of overthinking it, I'm just doing it. I'm just not thinking, just fucking doing what I got to do. And that's it. Um, but I don't know. Tyrone just asked a question.
So I don't know. I will answer that question in a kind of funny tone. So the Saiyans are the race from Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z is an anime, by the way. It's a Japanese cartoon, and it's a race of people with monkey tails who transform on giant tapes on the full moon. Now I will talk about it a little bit because the Dragon Ball is based on Journey to the West, and Journey to the West is a Chinese mythological story about Sun Wukong, the king of the monkeys, celestial king of the monkeys. And the Sun Wukong is based on Hanuman, who is a Hindu god,
Mm-hmm.
pretty prominent in tantric tradition. So actually, that entire Dragon Ball thing has its roots in Hindu mythology, and that's why it's so popular because majority of people resonate with that story because we don't have those stories in the West anymore because Christianity, and other institutions.
Am I trying to sacrifice your viewers and life energy to who is this guy? Hold on. What's the point of working with Lilith? Why you don't work with angels if you want the better yourself? Oh my god, why isn't my comment staying? Can you see the comments? It keeps disappearing. Oh,
I can see like only the
oh,
comments like viewers.
you're spiritual and not looking for material gains. What are you trying to say, Maat? What are you trying to say, Maat? Why are you trying to sacrifice viewers' life energy to Lilith? Who
Like
said that?
here so
Yeah, answer that. Go ahead. Go, Demetrius. Answer him. He's asking,
yeah
what's the point of
so
working with Lilith?
so
Why don't you
technically
work?
okay according to
Why sacrificing our viewers to
okay.
Lilith?
So first and foremost, we are not sacrificing our viewers to Lilith. We are actually sacrificing ourselves for our viewers because calling Lilith in the live stream is really difficult. So we are doing and giving our own energy to Lilith, so she empowers the viewers. And we are doing the opposite of what certain people are accusing us of. Also, uh, my argument against people who only want to work with angels is this: why is Samael an archangel if you're supposed to work only with the angels? Samael is an archangel who rules over demons, and in order to work with all archangels, you have to work with Samael. Therefore, you cannot work with angels without working with demons. Case closed.
Yes.
And you
Close.
cannot work with demons without working with the angels, because in order to reach the top of demonic hierarchy, you have to work with an angel. That's simply the fact majority of modern occultists don't want to swallow. And angels and demons, fundamentally, this is something I struggled a lot before I went into Hinduism. Because in Hinduism, you have the demonic form of Shiva or dark form of Shiva, who is known as Bhairav, right? And then you
Mm-hmm.
have celestial form of Shiva, who is Shiva as we know him in the West mostly. And they are the same being. And Bhairav is really dark, dark as fuck. And Shiva is kind of pure light energy, and they are the same being. So now, when Kabbalists claim that fundamentally each demon and angel are aspects of the same being, they are not wrong because Hindu guys proved to me empirically that Asuras and Devas or Bhairav and Shiva are aspects of the same entity. Like when you call Ashmedai and then you call Raphael, on the deepest esoteric level, Ashmedai and Raphael are simply different faces of the same force. Ashmedai is negative, Raphael is positive, but it is the same. Lilith is negative, Shiva. Lilith is negative, Shina is positive. Fundamentally, it is the same. So, duality we are raised in Christianity is really based on nothing. It has no basis in any experience. It is created somewhere and somehow in order to push some agenda, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's going on. I'm not going to accuse anyone, but working with spirits like Lilith fundamentally led me to Samael, and then Samael guided me to other angels. And Samael went into great detail on how he is actually the Satan from the Bible, and he brought me the evidence. Look, I am that guy. I can do everything that guy can do. All other figures mentioned as Satan do not fit the biblical profile of Satan.
Mhm.
The only entity which fits the biblical profile of Satan is Samael, and Samael is still venerated as archangel in Judaism and majority of Christian mystical traditions who are a little bit heterodox. But
Mhm.
it is the fact of the matter that archangel is, you know, once you once you kind of show it to people, what really becomes obvious is that we are given a really weird perspective, which is not true.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. And what do you think, Tildori? I am sorry for a long monologue I had.
Perfect. That was perfect. That was absolute. And he even just responded, say thank you. You just what did you say again? He said, "Thank you for your response. It actually gained respect, my respect or whatnot." That's exactly true. Um, I do think that's yeah. I think Samael is the Satan in the Bible. For sure, for sure, for sure, for sure. Um, I cannot tell you. I have not worked with a lot. I haven't worked with angels. I mean, like a lot of them. A couple of them have come through, but I have not done like a lot of work with the biblical angels. Anyways, I'm sure.
Okay.
I'm sure I have made contact with a lot of correspond with them, and I'm not aware of it. But I haven't. The only ones I've done brief work with is like Raphael, um, Lucifer in his angelic form when I was younger. After that, I've only worked with his dark aspects, and Samael. That's really my experience so far with them. But everything that you just said aligns perfect. Oh, where'd he
Yeah,
go?
yeah,
Oh,
I'm here. I'm here.
yeah,
It's just
said was perfect, beautiful. Like anybody who didn't understand the way that you put it should make them understand. you know.
yeah.
Hmm.
So, are you up with how Crowley saw the Black Brothers? So I have my own opinion on this as well. Not everything written by the classical authors should be taken literally. The reason
Yeah.
why I'm telling this is because I know a lot of people who are in the Christian church, right? And when you ask
Yeah.
them about their own personal opinions, for example, can people of other religions be saved? Or do we have spiritually beneficial information in the Vedas, for example? A
Yeah.
lot of people will answer yes to both of those questions. But when they have to write publicly, they have to say that Vedas are from the devil. Because there are certain things you have to write
Hmm.
as a member of certain organization. Crowley was member of
Yeah.
Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn, and he had to write that everything dark is good. But he had really long path workings with Belial, which is not really
Yeah.
known. He had a really deep relationship with Belial, which is evident from his own magical diaries that he evoked spirits. And one of the key rituals he performed was his ritual with Choronzon. Now, people would say that his ritual with Choronzon was intended to bind Choronzon, but if you really look at how Crowley wrote and what he really said in his writings, and if you look at his magic, it's pretty hermetic, and there is a lot of concealed demonic stuff in there. I mean, he claimed that Ivaz is Lucifer, and he identified Lucifer as an angelic aspect of the adversary. So he literally claimed that his holy guardian angel is connected to Lucifer, and he wrote his entire book of the law from Ivaz/Lucifer.
Hmm.
So I would advise audience to kind of reconsider what Crowley really wrote. And if you talk to the modern Telemites, bunch of them work with demons, and they have no problem in invoking Asherah or Belial or Paimon. It's a part of their practice.
Hmm. Yeah. Harmony 9 says, I'm currently serving in the U.S. Army. Is it a good idea? Shit, I just lost it. Hmm.
For him to work with Lilith while he's in the army. What do you think, Kildoria?
Hmm. Ah, I don't know. Like, I, I mean, her energy's is definitely gonna trickle down there. Gonna have all of these army guys all fucked up. I say go for it. Like, okay, I I I'm the type of person that spiritual scientist, and I'll practice and work with any spirit anywhere I am. So do it. I mean, why not? What can really go wrong? And if something goes wrong, hey, it's good. It's supposed to be fixed. I mean, what do you think? I
So
don't see a problem with it.
yeah, there are like two questions. So I will simply answer it really shortly because I don't want to be guy who is talking nonstop on this stream. Like, Gloria, this is your stream. I love you.
Oh, I want you to. You can speak better than I can, so do it. I,
Okay, so technically, I have two students or three students. One of the best students of mine who were like in American Navy SEALs, American Army veterans. They have ridiculously good results with Lilith. Also, J.S. Garrett, one of the most famous occultists in this community, was participating on the front lines for the US Army, and he had no problem summoning Lilith. So I answered that question. I think there is nothing else I should say.
yeah. You're gonna, those guys you're with are probably gonna wake up very happy. They might have some really good experiences at nighttime.
Yeah, but like Lilith is, there is a rabbinical quote that Lilith is unleashed upon those who are punished by God as wrath, right?
Yeah.
So Lilith has that militant, devouring role of hordes of darkness attacking the enemies of whoever is calling her, right? So Lilith is really not a
Hmm.
classical female. She's a militant female. Like, she's a type
Yeah,
of
she is.
feminine energy which can rip countries apart. So
Yeah.
there is definitely appeasement and resonance between Lilith and the military in a weird way. Also between the Kali and the military. Actually, a lot of Hindu guys invoked Kali when they went to war against the Muslims in the north of India, because north of India was ruled by Muslim dynasty, and then the dynasties of the south India invoked Kali to battle the Muslim armies, and they used it like a war cry, war invocation. This is not a commonly known. You had like a bunch of people cutting heads off and dedicating skulls to the Kalima, and I am not exaggerating here. So
Hmm.
yeah, you can work with the Lilith and be in the military, and it can be effective.
Yeah. Any other questions, guys?
Uh,
How can I lift parasites and curses before I have? I can't. It went away. Do you see the thing? I can't see Mike.
how
It
can
just.
I live parasites and curses because I have that in my body?
Oh.
I will give a really blunt answer here. You should change your entire life to be healthy and reasonable, and you should stop obsessing about parasites and have daily cleansing and banishing practice.
Yeah.
If you think parasites are the only problem, that's the problem. You see, you thinking that your problem is actually some invisible guy eating your energy is the real problem here. Yes, you have spiritual parasites, but the reason parasite is there is because you feed him with your own energy through your own behavior. So once you cut the behavior out, it will be really easy to manage the parasite.
Yes.
Parasites are attracted by what we do, think, and feel. They attack only if they see an actual target.
Yep.
If you are a strong, stable individual, you will not deal with parasites. And too many people in this community justify all kinds of perversion and unhealthy behavior. Okay?
Yep.
So if you have parasites, fix your diet, do heavy physical exercise, provide yourself enough sleep, get your hormone levels in order, and have daily banishing and cleansing practice.
Yeah. Yep. That's exactly what it is. You got to stay healthy, man, especially when you're working with these energies. You got to keep yourself fit. You got to keep yourself mentally fit, physically fit. Everything that you're eating, just don't eat fucking McDonald's. Don't eat all this processed shit. I mean, once in a while, hey, yeah, but like, I mean, if you're eating shitty food, your all your levels are gonna be whack. You're gonna be. You know how much sleep I sleep? I need 11 to 12 hours every night. Sometimes 13. Like I go to bed at 9, sometimes 8:30, and I need that sleep. That sleep is vital to me. I don't know how some people only sleep on 4 hours of sleep. But sleep is huge.
Okay, so technically, like I gonna talk about something because Eldoria mentioned sleep, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of people suggest sleep deprivation to see spirits, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of people in the occult community kind of deprive themselves on purpose to see spirits. And I will
Yeah.
kind of explain why that works and why you shouldn't do that. So every time you go to sleep during the night, what your brain really does is it removes the toxins from itself. So the sleep is the time when the brain is detoxified, when the brain is removing the toxins from itself. Now, if you don't sleep, if you are sleep deprived, what will happen is your brain become so full of toxins that your body thinks that you are going to die or something is really wrong because the brain is full of poison, right? And
Mhm.
so you start producing DMT, you start seeing spirits. The reason why you see spirits when you are sleep deprived is because you're really close to breaking point.
Yep.
And a lot of people who do that never recover from that shit.
Nope.
It can even cause brain damage.
Yep.
So
Serious psych.
really, yeah,
Yep. I used to when I was a heavy user back in my day, I would stay up for 3, 4 days, and yeah, I saw spirits. Fucking right, I did. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty cool. It's really cool, but the after effects is like so serious. Because you have to deal with depression, you have to deal with your neurotransmitters trying to heal itself, your brain trying to heal, coming back to normal, all these crazy emotions. It just totally takes you off of any type of sanity. You know what I mean? You become very, very delusional, very erratic, emotional. It's not a good idea. I mean, once I don't know. Like I can't tell you. Yeah, but yeah, it's a bad idea. But I'm not gonna say don't do it because I've done it. I've done it before. But you don't need to do that. Just work on your astral senses, do rituals, ask the spirits to remove blockages, do serious meditations every night, and be consistent. And you will see they will come in your dreams. Like most of the spirit communication I have is through my dreams and through astral projection and all that kind of stuff. And that comes when I'm sleeping, right? Um, anyways, you want to answer that question? The last one, Mr. C?
yeah, yeah. I will answer the last question. Hey guys, much gratitude. Can I ask, is H a genuine aspect of or the ethnic mask fluid, please? So this is a really complex question, but I will try to answer it in 4 sentences. There is a really huge entity in Kabbalistic lore, which is known as Lilith as a force. So Lilith as and then all demonic force known as Lilith, including the Lilith we summon in rituals. I know the answer is a little bit confusing, but it was the shortest way for me to answer without talking for half of an hour about it.
Press the like button, guys. Oh. Yeah, everyone, press the like button. So, what we're gonna do to ritual? We're gonna do. We're just gonna call Lilith and see what's up, Demetrius.
Okay.
Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thanks everyone for asking questions. Demetrius is an amazing person to ask questions. He's very articulate and he just knows a lot of shit. He's like a encyclopedia. um, I don't know. You want to do the ritual now? What do you want to do?
I don't know. I just want to hear you talk a little bit because I want to know what are you up to. Because like we have 15 people, I think we should wait for a little bit more.
Okay. Let's see. I don't know what to talk about.
So like, what's like a relationship between Lilith and Sumerian gods? Do you have any idea? Or
The
experience?
connection with Sumerian gods.
Yeah.
Well, Lilith is more. I mean, Lama Stew. Um, yeah, there's a connection. Well, see, Lilith. You know more about Lilith. You have a great connection with Lilith, but for me, Lilith is very empowering. Like it's almost like whenever I start to fall away from my personal truth, I guess, in a way, and certain things start to happen or certain men come in my life, it's always Lilith that kind of shows me um, my strength by going through my weaknesses again and again. Um, but when I work with Lilith, and I've worked with the oh, hold on. Shit, someone's trying to call me. Hold on. Oh fuck. Why am I paused? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, bro.
Why am I paused?
I mean, I hope it will unpause. Just return to the stream, like
I am.
see yourself on the screen again.
What do you mean see myself? I'm on it. Wait, hold on.
You are on the screen?
What?
Okay, like we are having people joining. Guys, we are preparing to do a group ritual to empower you all. Wait and wait until we kind of start doing it. We are simply waiting for more people to show up. Does Lilith has a connection with the Rishkal? Yes, she does, in a way. What do you think, Eldori?
In a way, I guess, in a way. But a Rishikal, I don't know. I've only felt a Rishikal's energy, not so much. You know, she's a very. It's almost like the Sumerian gods. I find are very like they're so ancient that they have this essence about them that it's really hard to have for me anyways to get that full like when I work with the goetic spirits, it's almost like they're just so much easier to connect with. Like the Sumerian gods are very distant in a way. It's just it's a different energy. Like it's such a different energy and current. You can say all of the female dark gods have a connection to all everything. They're all just different aspects of the divine dark goddess or the divine goddess period with all of the aspects of light, dark, whatever. So it's but each of these entities have their own unique frequency. Like, I can't say Lilith is another spirit other than when I'm working with Lilith. Lilith's name holds an energy that's with Lilith. Lamashtu has an energy. It's like every name has this energy that's connected to that spirit, you know? But to say that they're not connected, of course they're connected. They have to be. Like we're all connected, we all have different aspects of ourselves. And I think when you're working with all of these different aspects of the gods and goddesses, you just get to understand and know the source or whatever you want to call it, yourself, your subconscious. I don't know. It's very complicated. And it's almost like the more dive into ancient knowledge and forbidden knowledge, you can get yourself into such a deep rabbit hole and asking so many questions and trying to figure out so much stuff, where I'm just at the point where I don't really care about knowing everything. I'm just trying to like absorb the energy and just work on my immortality. Yes, but um I'm just rambling, sorry. I just think that they all have different signature frequencies, you know. I have called in Hecate and Lilith recently and took them in together. Um I can't say if they like that because my candle and Hecate's thing burst. Or it was just a lot of energy. I'm kind of like trying not to put things in it where, you know how some people say you can't work with certain spirits together. I'm kind of like, I if I'm gonna work with goddesses, I'm trying to work with Lilith, Hecate, and Nephthys, and I'm trying to kind of combine them as one within me to see what happens. That's kind of my next thing that I'm working at. So I'm experimenting on working with multiple goddesses and kind of bringing them in me at one time. You know,
Cool.
yeah. Let's see. I'm pushing it. I'm pushing it without thinking. You know, and that could probably be dangerous. I don't know, but kind of got I kind of got jaded a little bit. I kind of got um I don't know why.
Okay, so let us I think do it now. We will
I
not have more
Yeah,
viewers.
but look, I'm blocked. Why am I so weird? Sorry, guys. Okay, so what do you think with Arishika? Like, don't you find that these pantheons are so different? Like the energies are different. So, I mean, I know there's a lot of people out here saying like, you know, the separation is like the illusion, you know? Like we're not separate. We're all kind of one. Everything's one. But I don't know. I feel like when you work with them, you understand how different they are. There's so
Uh,
much difference.
so you're asking me a question, Doria. I try to answer it shortly. About 2 years ago, before I went into Hinduism, I thought that all of them are 100% the different spirits, right?
Yeah.
But then Hindus kind of showed me empirically that a celestial form of Shiva and demonic or dark form of Shiva have completely different energy. Yes, it is still Shiva. So what I believe is that all of those spirits are for practical purposes the same thing, but essentially no, they are for practical purposes different, but essentially they are all manifestations of one and the same thing. So Lilith and Hecate are completely different in way how they interact with the world
Yeah.
and with us and with everything. But essentially they are all the aspects of divine feminine.
That's what
So
I agree to that. Yes. But you got to work with them to understand them, you know. The more you work with each of them, the more you understand them. And then you can understand the totality of the divine feminine, like divine masculine, whatnot. But in the end, who gives a fuck? in the end, I don't know. We're all aliens. Okay. So you guys can't see me do my ritual now, so that sucks. But I did have it set up. I don't know why I'm paused like this. It's very odd.
I think no, I know what is the reason. So when you went out to decline the call from that person, you went out of the stream for a bit and you remained frozen. Because if you are a host of the stream, you cannot get out of the stream. It drops the entire stream. Only if you are a guest you can jump in and out.
Oh, okay. Well, what do you want to do then? You want to just do you want to do the ritual tonight? Or do you want to do it another time, or do you want to just do it like this? Because
So I don't know. You are the host, Gloria. You
I
decide. I am fucking guest. What do I know?
I, I think we should. um, what do you want? What should we do? What should we do? Well, we could just do some chanting. Um, we can call Lilith just to empower, or we can. Let's see. What do you guys?
Okay, so do you want us to do the ritual without the picture, guys,
Or
or
do you
do you want us
guys?
to do it tomorrow or some other day? Okay, we will democratically put this to vote. Do you guys want to see the? I think honestly, when you watch the recording back, you will not be frozen, Eldoria. That's my opinion.
Or I could just stop it and we can and I can call you again.
But like some viewers will drop. But as you wish. Your wish is my order. Yeah.
Okay, look. Okay, look, guys. If you want to see the ritual, we're gonna stop this and we're gonna restart it. Okay, you said restart it. Okay, I'm gonna restart.
Okay. 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 Okay.